YouTube boxing is back. Something about the number 18. 2018, YouTube boxing was at its peak. Misfits 18, it had a little bit of everything. You had some, new faces, some old faces, and then some MMA legends, the pro tournament. They have the lightweight tournament as well. Just a lot of good things. A lot of good things. Very, very fun. But the thing that stood out for me, the pro tournament, you had Fez Batista, which again, Fez, I come in peace, dude. I don't know why you don't like me. The only thing that threw me off in the video why I laughed is because it cut to you with the Lady Gaga glasses, completely out of context. I had no idea. And I was like, what's going on? Okay, that was honestly funny. It was a funny bit. But then, dude, I was hyping you up in your whole comeback story. And we were giving you props. And I still don't understand why you think we don't like you or something. You talk smack. I don't understand. Okay, but props to you. Love that life is good. Keep it that way. But man, you got set up. What's going on here? You got put in that tournament. Shouldn't have been in there. Essentially a warm-up for Idris Virgo, which, anybody in the scene that is not a professional would be. It's just not fun to watch, But good on Idris for not knocking him out and giving him brain damage. You know what I mean? Just some body shots. Sent him about his way. So it's a good way to make some money there, Fez. You know what I mean? And then Benson Henderson, dude, against Idris Virgo. Benson. He can't box, but he can fight, and we've said this about MMA fighters in the YouTube boxing scene. Like, oh, they're tough. They can, they know how to fight. They are going to be able to use the clinch and make the fight like messy and a gritty fight. And Benson was actually able to do that. The thing that we thought would happen. And then, Jake Paul just knocked out every MMA fighter instead. He was able to do that, which is pretty cool to see. But I thought his game plan wasn't great in terms of, he was being a sniper. That's how he tends to fight sometimes, but he can put combinations together. And with someone like Benson, MMA fighters going to try to make the first shot miss and then, clash and then just bury his head into your chest, push you against the ropes or the cage, right? And then just try to sneak in some punches there. And that's what the fight became. But when you're committing to your first punch and you miss, like it just was a lot, you're out of position and then this a lot of clashing happens, right? So I was expecting like it just like, oh, he'd figure him out and just, put together a couple combinations because I know you could tell Benson, had his chin way up in the air and he's just trying to defend the first, shot to get in to close the gap. So he's not literally looking to defend combinations. We're not getting like this whole game where you're countering traps and staying in the pocket and doing all these things, which someone like Idris can do clearly. So I thought Idris was going to knock him out. I thought at some point in the beginning it'd be a little mucky. Then at some point Idris is going to figure him out, put together a couple combinations, and maybe on the third, fourth, fifth punch in the combo when Benson's looking for safety and kind of just panicking, a little lost in there, and the phone booth would get cracked. But fair play to Benson. Tough as nails, and it just did crack him a handful of times. Did nothing. I was so not surprised, but also kind of surprised because I've seen so many MMA fighters that are tough and have it just didn't translate well. They just get hurt in there. But that was fun. It was fun to watch. It was fun to see Benson in there. That was really cool. Hope he comes back. You see Idris get pushed and get challenged was cool. In terms of that decision, it was controversy or whatever. It just depends how you look at it. Me and scoring, I don't really know. I got no answer for y'all, but Benson was putting a lot of pressure and there was a lot of clinching, but there wasn't a lot of. I remember thinking he's not landing much though, and often it was like, wow, I can't believe that didn't hurt Benson more. So it was like we're talking about shots that Idris did land and how it didn't affect Benson, but those are still scoring shots. So again, round by round, I don't know that detail. Elle Brooke looks better and better each time she fights. You know what I mean? The right hand looks sharper. And but again, a good fight, nothing crazy there. But yeah, the tough fights all around, decisions, people throwing punches, not very many boring spots. So it got me hyped. This is why I came up with the video a couple days ago. I was watching Misfits 18, you know what I mean? Canelo was fighting as well, so I was like, let me hit the pads. And Brendan, we did a video of me training, and I felt good. I was surprised at how good I felt hitting the pad. So I put out a little teaser, on Twitter, just threw it out there, and I was being genuine. You know what I mean? 100%. Like if Mam sent me a contract and texted me in that moment, I'd have been like, man, I might sign this. You know what I mean? So, and that is the danger of when you don't have like a manager to make decisions for you, and you just let fighters make decisions because we will come out of retirement for no reason. You know what I mean? Just because of how we feel over like a 20-minute workout or whatever. But yeah, so I did that. I posted that, and then Idris coming out with the hate train, dude. I don't know why. What is Idris' problem? Maybe I said something in the past. You know what I mean? Maybe waiting out the breakdown or something. I don't know. But he just came out and said, "No one wants you back. all this kind of stuff, like he was my ex or something. I'm like, what is? First of all, I wasn't talking to you. Okay, it's like, you know, you say something and then you're like oh, like you make a post, like I'm so happy about this and maybe I want to do this, and then your ex comes out and like I don't understand. Like what are we doing here? I don't know what was going on, and also I don't know if he's trying to say something to call me out. Why are you calling me out, Idris? This happened before, I think. I think this has happened before. Idris called me out. Leave me alone, dude. Why are you trying to box me? You are an active professional fighter who just won a fight against Benson Henderson in a pro tournament. Why are you coming after the retired guy who had a close fight with an influencer? Like, I don't even box. So I don't understand. He's picking on people, and also it doesn't even work. You know what I mean? I can understand that people had his back. Maybe I'm trying to think, is this his thing? Is this like some sort of like play that he's doing? Because you look at like the comments from it and it just roasted. Like he just threw himself into the fire and just no love, and get people to go. It's like the get a load of this guy and like shaking your head. Like, what did he just say? You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. I love Idris. He's a dangerous boxer. He's super talented. You know what I mean? And he's funny as well, and he's got a great personality. I see that, and I'm like, hopefully he's doing it on purpose. I don't know why he'd be doing that. I just don't get it. But yeah, and then Mams did respond as well, and he's like, listen, the matchmaking is open. It's available. We love working with Sensei. It was a great post. Appreciate it, Mams. But yeah, we've talked before. But dude, I'm just, if you let me know if you need somebody. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's a yes, but I'm not saying no. But if you need somebody to come through, maybe save a card or a fight, you know what I mean? You have a guy who's an up-and-coming fighter or a guy who's been fighting, you know what I mean? You see the guys out there. You know who I'm talking about. The guys who are fighting, and maybe somebody pulls out and you need somebody to come in and save the day. Maybe. You know what I mean? If I'm feeling good, you never know. I've done crazier things in my life. That's for sure. But the real thing, dude, Slim and Gib. That is what the reason we got YouTube boxing is back is because Slim and Gib. Okay, now we got to talk about this top 5 thing on a different video. I think that's a good point. Maybe to talk about that in a different video. But it's awesome to see Gib back. That's the main thing. It's two parts. It's awesome to see Gib back, and it's dope to see Slim get a great matchup and like a great opponent. This is a matchup we've been talking about for years. This is YouTube boxing lore. This is before the second wave. This is before Misfits. This is the early day stuff. This is a matchup we've been dying to see, and these guys have gotten better. So I think this matchup is even better now. I'm glad like it took this long, because I feel like if it happened earlier, the hype and you know, the fights that these guys have accomplished, like the fights that they have won and the things that they have accomplished in the time, it's just been perfect. You know, Slim with the Salt Poppy win and a knockout against Temper, you know what I mean, and just how he's built his name and the way that he's won. And then you got Gib, you know what I mean, the whole McBroom battles and the Kingpin stuff, and you know what I mean, the losses against Jake Paul and all this stuff. So I think it's awesome. I think it's really dope. So that's one really fun. We got to make sure it happens though. We just got to make sure they stay healthy. And they train hard and they look good and they show up, you know what I mean, ready to rock. That's going to be amazing. But this top 5 thing, Misfits top 5, you know what I mean, leave people up before. You got, I don't know if I like it, but we'll have to figure out the ramifications in which they made this list, and we'll go from there. But see you guys soon. Idris, dude, can you teach me how to throw a better liver shot, dude? Just come in peace, man. The heck is your problem? Focus. Oos.